Stick It, Episode 36. Build up. Confidence one conversation at a time. You know that thing that doesn't happen all at once. It just quietly accumulates, conversation by conversation, attempt by attempt, until one day you realize it's there and you can't quite remember when it arrived? Yeah. Today's phrasal verb is about exactly that kind of slow, invisible progress. Let me share with you a personal story. When I started speaking English in real situations, not exams, not textbooks, real conversations with real people, I was terrible at small talk. Not the vocabulary, the confidence, that specific ability to say something light and unremarkable without feeling like you're about to be judged for every syllable. The first few times, I overthought everything. I planned sentences in my head before I said them. I translated, edited, approved, then spoke, by which point the conversation had already moved on and I'd missed my moment. But I kept going, not dramatically, not with a plan, just kept talking, in shops, at conferences, on trains, small things, unremarkable exchanges, nothing that would make a good story. And at some point, I genuinely can't tell you when, the planning stopped, the translating stopped. Something had built up quietly over hundreds of small moments until there was enough of it to just talk, without the gap between thinking and speaking. That's what built up, not a skill exactly, something underneath the skill, something that only grows by accumulation. Build up means to gradually increase, develop, or accumulate over time, to grow something through consistent, repeated effort or experience. She built up her confidence over years of practice. The pressure had been building up for weeks. He built up a business from nothing, one client at a time. And notice, build up is always gradual. You can't build up confidence in a weekend. You can't build up trust in a single conversation. The up in build up points to growth, but it's slow growth, layer by layer, conversation by conversation, attempt by attempt. That's not a flaw in the process. That's how it works. Let me share another example. Andrea Bocelli didn't wake up one morning with that voice fully formed. He built it up. Years of training, performance, repetition, failure, refinement. The voice you hear now is the result of thousands of hours of accumulation. Nobody hears the hours. They hear the result, but the hours are what made the result possible. The small talk on the train is the hours. Nobody hears those either. They just see who you become. Now it is your turn. Finish these sentences out loud. Say them once, slowly, and repeat them several times. That's why it sticks. Something I've been building up slowly is... It took me a long time to build up enough to... I can feel building up, and this time I'm not stopping. In short, build up. Grow something gradually through consistent effort and accumulation. Bocelli built up a voice. I built up enough confidence to stop translating in my head before speaking. Both took longer than expected. Both were worth it. Next episode, open up to, the difference between opening up in general and opening up to someone specific, and why that one small word changes everything. See you there.